Hi, Kara. So I just got off of Seesaw and I noticed that you got your packet in the mail today. That's great. You didn't have to wait quite as long as the last packet, which was awesome. And I love that you, what you did with your, let me find it, Shake and Spill. Totally happy with that. You did a great job with that. And that's something that I would like you to do. You don't have to do it every day, but I would like you to utilize this packet for fluency practice, every couple of days. So if you did it today with the threes, you don't have to do it tomorrow, okay? But maybe the next day you could work on the fours, okay? So these are things that I'm going to leave up to you and mom to do on your own and work your way through it. Don't have to rush. Like I said, this can last a while and it goes all the way to 10, but maybe every other day. This is really, really good for you to do just for practicing and learning how to, all the different ways to make numbers, okay, with number sentences. So that is Shake and Spill, all right? Nice job with that. I also ended up with an extra copy of this. So if you don't mind, could you please let me know if you have this in your packet? If you don't, this is probably yours and I'll send it to you as soon as I can. So check that and see if that's in your packet. I really hope it is, but I ended up with an extra one. Okay, so today what I want to do is I would like you to get this large packet out. We're just gonna work on one page or so. But this is a really, really awesome packet for lowercase letters and writing your lowercase letters, because I know every kid loves to write uppercase letters because they're easy and they're all just straight lines with a couple of curves here and there. But it's really lowercase letters that we see and we write and we read 99% of the time. And the lowercase letters are just, one letter at the beginning of a name or a place, right? Or the beginning of a sentence. It's lowercase letters that we really, really, really have to get fluent, especially with our writing. And I love the way this resource is broken down, okay? Because it kind of organizes the letters into easy, manageable groups. Like these are all downers, okay? So these are all letters that you go down, 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 down to write. All right, it's your first stroke of the pen is going down. And so that's group one. And it gives you lots and lots and lots of opportunities on each page to write these letters. So you've got your downers, and then you've got your rounders. So these are the letters that you use that magic C a lot of the time, okay? All right, and there are other letters that have the magic C, but these are the rounders, and they're also the little shorty letters, a lot of them. And then you've got your curvers, the letters that have lots of curves that go in every direction. So I do like how this groups up our letters, so you can say, oh, that's a downer, oh, that's a rounder, oh, that's a curver. And even our diggers, which we're kind of gonna dig into a little bit today. Oops. The United States is calling me. Okay. So, anywho, so today, and we're gonna do a little work with handwriting. All right, because when the United States is calling me again. Okay, so let me put that away. And you don't have to do all the pages in one day. Do one page or two, okay, a day. But it is important that we're doing handwriting practice every day because I've seen some handwriting that's happening lately, and a little bit of it is atrocious. And you guys are getting these bad habits. Bad habits. And once you make a bad habit, it's really hard to reverse those bad habits. And then when you grow up and you start learning cursive writing and stuff, you're really going to wish that you had learned how to write your letters this way. So we're going to do that right now. And I'm going to share my screen and share a little resource with you. Okay, so let me share my screen. Oh, they moved the button again. Okay, here it is. Oh, phew. All right, here we go. Here we go. Okay, so I hope you can see that. You should be able to see that. This is called a letter house. Okay, so a letter house is a lot like a regular house. Okay, and a regular house usually has an upstairs, a downstairs, a basement, and an attic space. Now, not all houses have those things. I understand a lot of people live on one level houses. Basically, it's just everything. The bedrooms, the kitchen, and all that stuff are on one level, and I get that. But for this letter house has an attic, an upstairs, a downstairs, and a basement. Okay, and so a lot of times, especially in kindergarten, you will see handwriting lines that look like this. They'll have a line that's a solid line, and then they'll have the dashed line, and then another line on the bottom that's a solid line, and that's called the handwriting lines. And that's to help you form your letters correctly and keep your letters nice and straight. Okay, so some of our letters live in different parts of the house. For instance, let me get a color here. Green. Green should fill out good. Now, when you're going to see handwriting lines, you're not going to see an attic and you're not going to see a basement, okay? But you will see the upstairs and the downstairs. So this space up here is the upstairs, okay? And this little dashed line, sometimes I like to call that the steps. Like those are the steps, or that's the ceiling that divides the upstairs from the downstairs. And this space down here is the downstairs, and anything below this line is called the attic, okay? That's why I have this little diagram up here. Attic, upstairs, downstairs, basement. Okay, so Kara, I'm gonna write your name, okay? And we're gonna see where your letters live in the letter house. All right, so Kara, all names, every name starts with an uppercase letter. All right, and I'm going to give you a really cool hint right from the beginning. All uppercase letters, every single one from A to Z, lives in both the upstairs part of the house and the downstairs part of the house. Okay, so we like to say that the uppercase letters get to live upstairs where there's bedrooms and all of that stuff. But then they also get to live downstairs where there's a kitchen and a living room with a TV and all that stuff too, okay? So there's your K. It's a big line down, slant in, slant out. Now A, look at A. A, oh, poor A, only gets to live downstairs. A never gets to go up here where K gets to go. And neither does R. And neither does this A. A has to stay downstairs with R. And there's a lot of other letters that are like that too. Like letter C. Letter C can only stay downstairs. Let's try Welch. Ready? Welch, the first letter of your last name, which is still a name, is going to be uppercase, okay? So a big line, slanted line down, back up, back down, back up. W, E, look at E. E is a downstairs letter only, but L gets to go both. See that? Big line down. Oh, there's C. C is just a little letter, only can live downstairs. And H, oh, H has got that big line down, so the top of her can be in the top of the house upstairs, and then the bottom is only in the downstairs. So you have a lot of letters that are both upstairs and downstairs: K, W, L, and H. And then A, R, E, and C all live downstairs only. But you know, there are letters that live downstairs and then go into the basement. See this basement part here? Watch this. Let's say I wanted to write, oh, I don't know, the letter G. Watch what happens with G. The top of G is here. Oh, but then the bottom gets to go downstairs and snoop around in the basement to find Christmas presents. Yes, G gets to go live in the basement. So G lives in the downstairs of the house and the basement. Y, lowercase y, lives in the downstairs of the house, oop, and gets to go into the basement. Yes. Q gets to live downstairs and boop, go into the basement. Let's see, what's another one? P. See, these are all lowercase letters. We just need to know where they belong in the letter house. All right, and you're gonna get to figure that out more with practice. I posted a letter chart on Seesaw. I posted it on Seesaw just for the chart, not for you to have to do what the instructions on Seesaw say for you to do. It's not there for that. It's there because I want you to see all the letters of the alphabet and where they live in this letter house. Are they upstairs? Are they downstairs? Are they upstairs and downstairs? Are they downstairs and in the attic? These are things that I want you to discover as you are looking at your letters within the handwriting letter house, which is what we're seeing right here with these blue lines, okay? So here are some questions down here that I want you to do, and I want you to go on to Seesaw. And I know this can be a little tricky if you have to have multiple screens. So just write these questions down if you can't do it with multiple screens. Like maybe you're watching this on mom's phone and then you're using your iPad to do Seesaw. That would be awesome. If not, just have mom write these down, okay? And so this says that you're going to go onto that chart on Seesaw, and maybe I can, no, I don't think I can show another screen and you be able to actually see it. Well, what you're going to do is you're going to go onto that alphabet chart on Seesaw, and this says to circle a letter that only lives downstairs. Only lives downstairs. Well, we already did that with your name. We learned that A only lives downstairs and R only lives downstairs and E only lives downstairs, right? So, and C, right? So those are all letters just from your name that only live downstairs. See if you can find a letter that lives only downstairs on that letter chart and circle it, right? You can record yourself doing this so I can see what your thinking is and what you're doing. You can circle a letter that lives upstairs and downstairs, like L from your name. That's an upstairs and a downstairs letter, okay? Circle a letter that lives downstairs and in the basement. Well, we just did those right here. Those letters live downstairs, whoop, and then they get to sneak down into the basement to find the Christmas presents that are hidden, right? Yeah. All right, and then so there's a couple other things for you to do. circle the short letters. Well, the short letters are the letters that only live downstairs, right? They're the little short ones. Look at this C compared to this L. So if these are the short letters, this L is going to be considered a tall letter. The tall letters are usually the ones that have that big line down, like B, right? I can turn this L into a B. Still a tall letter because it lives upstairs and downstairs. And then you can circle letters that have straight lines and circle letters that have curved lines. Okay? So go ahead and explore the letters that live within the letter house. Okay? And see where they live inside the house. And then you can use that as a resource. So when you start, especially in first grade, when you're going to see these handwriting lines a lot. See, I do a lot of just free blank, just write on a blank piece of paper. But when you get to first grade, you're going to see the handwriting lines a lot more, and it's going to be really important to know where the letter falls in the letter house. And that is also why I gave you this. Because here are the handwriting lines again. Okay, so you have the dark black line, and then you have the dash line, and then the dark black line again. Okay, that's a handwriting line. So that will be your job. Okay, is to work on whatever pages you want. Okay, I'm not going to make you do it in any particular order. If I were you, I would do it starting off with the letters that are in my name. But again, I want this to be meaningful to you. So if there are letters that you know you struggle with, maybe you'll start with those letters first. That would be good, and become a professional at writing those letters. Okay? So, I talked to you about this. You did this today, so you don't have to do it, okay? Oh, one last thing. This is called Fill It Up. Let me stop sharing here. This is called Fill It Up. This is also another way for you to get really good at writing your numbers, right? So today we're focusing on writing letters, but we're also focusing on writing our numbers, right? So that's why it says fill it up numbers. And this is just a quick sprint. This is a sprint, okay? And so what you're gonna do is you're gonna have a timer, and you're gonna set it for 1 minute, right? And then you're going to, let me see if I can find a pen. Oh, right here. Silly Mrs. Lewis, right next to me. I have a marker, kind of. What you're gonna do is you're gonna set that timer for 1 minute. It's glued on there, okay? And Mama's gonna say, on your marks, get set, go. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna write your numbers. You're gonna write as many as you can, like this. 1. Oh, that's not dark at all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And you're going to write and you write and write 11, 12, 13. And you're going to keep going until it goes beep, 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 and the timer is done. Then you're going to circle the last one that you did. So let's say 13 was the last one I did in 1 minute. All right? So if you do this every single day, the point of this is to beat yourself, beat your own score every day. So if you got 13 in 1 minute today, try to get 14 or 15 in 1 minute tomorrow. Be even a little faster tomorrow. And you know what I've taught kids that helps them write their numbers faster is to write them small. Usually I wrote them big so you could see them. But if you write your numbers really small, it doesn't take you as long to write them, and then you can move that much faster, okay? So I want you to write your numbers, write your numbers, write your numbers, write your numbers. Don't worry about anything. Okay. And then when the timer goes off, you circle the last one that you're on. And then I want you to go back and I want you to check your numbers and I want you to fix any that you may have written backwards, because a backwards number isn't really a number. Okay. Because a backwards 9 is actually a P and we don't want that. No. So you do have to fix any backwards ones, but don't do it until after. Okay. But if you make sure that you fix them tomorrow, you're going to be a little bit better. You're going to be like, oh, I didn't make as many backwards numbers today as I did the day before. You're going to be able to look at your growth over time. You're going to be like, whoa, that's what I did the first time I wrote all my numbers in a really speedy sprint. And then, whoa, look at all the numbers I can write now, even just 5 days later. And then before you know it, you're going to be able to write every single number on this grid in less than a minute. And then Mrs. Lewis is going to have to send you a larger grid for more numbers. That's cool. And all the kids are always super excited when that happens. So every day, do this for 1 minute. Okay, you just speed through it. And then you go back and you fix your backwards numbers afterwards. If you don't have any backwards numbers, fantastic. That's even better. All right. So that is something else that I do want you to do. This is all about fluency and getting really fast and really good and really automatic with writing our letters and our numbers. Okay. All right. Happy numbers today too, please. And you probably did your plant today, so you don't have to do your plant again until tomorrow. So I think you did good, and I will see you at 1 o'clock, hopefully. Yes. Okay. Gonna make sure I got my days right. All right. See you later. Bye.